welcome to another episode of the Time and Tide Show. Today we have Yakira. Please enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I see you. Welcome, Yakira. It's so good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. How's Brooklyn?
Brooklyn's good. The weather's finally coming, like getting back to like a normal temperature, like an enjoyable temperature, where I don't have to sit with the AC on inside the whole entire time. Like I can actually come outside. So it's getting
Right.
better.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, here it's raining every single day. It's
Oh
hot.
no.
Yeah. It's a typical Georgia summer. Sweltery, rainy, you know, tornadoes every other day. But that's
Oh
okay.
no.
We'll deal with it. Or tornado like weather, I should say. But I'm so glad that you're here because I want to talk to you about so much. First, I want to ask about college. So you're done, right? You're
Yes.
graduated. You're done. You're taking your gap year. I
hmm
learned when we were together in New York. So tell me about the sort of highlight the experience for me. Anything surprising or anything, weird or different about what you thought the college experience would be versus what it was?
Um, for me, it would be like, well, two things. One, it would be going up with like with my teachers in high school. They were like, your professors in college will never care. I'm like that, like so coming into college, and I'm like, actually a lot of my professors care. Like they actually don't want to fail you. Like there's some of them that are actually like have a chip on their shoulder. But like for the most part, what my experience anyway, um my professors were really nice. Anytime I needed something, I came to them. They was like, "Yeah, it's okay. Just come talk to us if you need help or understanding or whatever. Just like make sure you communicate." So like that was very shocking. I'm like, but Michael, in high school they would use the scare tactic. Like your college professionals would not care. You have to be on your top 10 game. Da, 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 da. So that was like one of the like just a little minor thing. The second thing would be how how shocking, not shocking, but like a learning experience of essentially everything is on you
Mm,
compared like, and I mean like everything, like your social life, your academic life, like your personal life, your health. Like while you're away at college, like you don't really have someone at like there, like directly there in your ear, making sure you're keeping track of these things. It's all on you. So like making sure you have a social life to go outside, make connections, to network. That's something you have to do. Like the environment, like obviously is there to like foster that, but it's still you have to still go out and go get it because like well, at least my college campus is not the biggest campus, but it's still a relatively big campus. So like you compared to like being in a high school building or in a middle school building, you see the same people over and over again. It's kind of easy to like communicate with them because you're bumping into each other whenever you have to cross
right.
hallways. Compared to compared to college, it's a big, wide, expansive um it's basically like a mini community, like a HOA type of ordeal. So you literally have to go out and make said connections. Like there won't be like there might be someone you see today that if you don't speak to them right now, you will probably never see them again until like another year or so. So it'll be like that. Learn how to network, taking care of yourself, like actually making doctor's appointments. Oh, making my first doctor appointment by myself. I'm like, oh, I did not know I needed all this information. I just thought I picked a date and you guys, I just put it into the computer and I come in. Like, I need all of this information. You need my health card. You need my ID. I'm like, what? Can I just walk in? Like, that's what I usually do.
Right.
So,
The behind the scenes were already done for you and you
yeah.
didn't realize all the things. Yeah.
So it's like even that, taking care of your mental health, like managing your homework, like finding time for your homework, and then you have a job, like basically factoring all of that, and then you have to have extracurriculars because you have to look like a well-rounded student if you want to go to grad school. So it's like filtering all of these things. It's like very, I'll say a growing experience, like one that was like very shocking for me. Like I had to obviously learn how to like I think I manage it well, like eventually, like I think so. But something I just never had to do in high school or middle school because everything was in that building. It was either the building of the school or home. And maybe you go out with your friends either, but those were just like the two things, and everything was very close and
Yeah.
everything's practically done for you. Like if you didn't pick an extracurricular, you were going to be put into one. Like it was not really your control compared to college. Like it is in your control. If you don't pick up an extracurricular, you just won't be in it. No one's going to sit there and force you to do it. No one's going to sit there like no one's going to be in your ear about it. Really, they'll encourage you. But if you say no, your no means no. Like there's
Right.
no more. It's like, oh, you can't make decisions because you're a minor. Like, no, you're an adult. You make decisions. If you say no,
Right.
like you won't. If you don't want to go, we can't force you.
Right.
So I'll be like, that would be what two things that were a little bit like, well, two things that stood out to me the most in college.
Got it. Okay. And what was your major, or what are you hoping to do?
My major was biochemistry with a minor in music, and um, I want to be a physician assistant. And I picked originally I want to do neuroscience,
Oh,
um, but the school I ended up going to didn't have neuroscience, so biochemistry was my backup. And biochemistry, I got lucked out. I lucked out because all the majority of the PA requirements, PA school requirements, I have to do for my major, so I didn't have to pick up for the most part extra classes. It was just all right. I had to take them. Even the ones that I did not have to take, like well, did not have to take for PA school, I still had to take for my major and I could
mhm.
still like substitute. So it worked out pretty well for me.
Oh, that's awesome. It's funny that you're going to PA school. Like, for all of my doctor's appointments, or my primary care, I see an orthopedist. Every single one of them is the PA. That's who I always choose to see, unless I have to see the doctor for like the final
Yeah.
whatever. But that's who I always see. I always have a great relationship with PA. So I love that's what you're gonna do. But so with the gap year, what are you gonna do within that time frame?
So within the gap year, I'm mainly taking the gap year to prepare the application.
Yeah,
So I'll mainly be working as the EMT to gain my patient care hours and then studying for the GRE and hopefully also just take a break from like also work on my essay, like the personal statement or whatever, to
yeah.
get ready to apply in March because the process is like a year long.
Okay,
So and then hopefully to just take a break from all the academic like stress. So just to relax, de-stress, and be like at a slow pace rather
hmm,
on an academic pace. Because the academic pace is a very like it's a fast pace. Like it's just so many things you have to do. You have to keep your mind on. Compared to like now, it's just work and then your free time.
got it.
Like
Got it.
literally work and free time. Compared to an academic, it's work school, like classes, your free time, but your free time is not really your free time because you still have homework, you have exams to study for, you have quizzes, you just have like assignments, and then on top of that, you have extracurricular. It's like your free time is not actually your free time.
Right.
Time for
Right.
you to do everything else your teachers assigned for your free time.
Got it.
So
So
yeah.
with the EMT stuff, like, does anything about that scare you at all, or is it more excitement driven to see all the different things?
For EMT, my initial plan was not to be like on the road. I
Right.
was trying to be in the hospital. Um, but like as the years went by, the requirements to be in the hospital changed to the point where you just need a whole different license in general. But I don't think it's scary in of its sense. Like it's just like I don't think like it gets like I personally haven't encountered something that's like to the point where it's like I had to take like a mental health day For me, it's just like a lot of adrenaline and trying to learn how to work under pressure.
Got it.
Learning how to act, like learning how to act and like process and taking information quickly. I feel like that will probably be the part that I'm still trying to learn, as I'm still a new EMT, so that's the part I'm trying to learn. But no, like I just think it's like it is fun. It is fun being on the road. You meet different people. You get to number one build your communication skills because you're coming in contact with kids, like adults, like people like adults, young adults, the elderly, like and people coming from all different situations, like different situations. Number one, that's just their different living conditions, how they interact, or people with different conditions.
Yeah.
Like, because if you're calling me, it's probably your worst. You don't want me there, and it's okay. Like, I get that. Like, I understand. Like, if I am there, you probably do not want me there. Like, it's probably like a bad day for you already. So learning how to like that's another thing I appreciate. Like being an EMT, you learn how to speak to people and at least elevate their mood because I don't know what they're gonna learn at the hospital. Maybe something good, maybe something that is just like, oh, you're just a little bit worried or you're overreacting. There, it may be something serious to the point where you may get the worst news of your life because of what you called me for, like what you called EMS for. So I don't think, in my personal opinion, I don't think it's like scary. I think it's just like exciting. It's fun. Well, not fun, but like it's just fun is a bad word, but
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
like
Well,
it
there's new
keeps me
experiences.
busy.
You
Yeah,
never know what you're gonna
I don't
get.
get bored.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
get bored, and that's good.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. So going back to, you said you have to prepare your essay and things. Would you use AI for that, or is it just you just like hammering
Um,
away?
for my personal statement, I have no idea what I'm gonna write for my personal statement. That's actually the part of the application, my application that I'm the most worried about because I'm not a strong writer, but it's not even just that I'm not a strong writer. It's just like I don't know what to write about. It's just because it's it's like when I had to write my personal statement for college, it's like you have to think about something different. And it's like the question is like, why do you want to be a PA or this? But it's like it's the same reason. How do you make something so different? Like it's the same reasons. Like it's relatively the same reasons. I could decorate it as much as I want, but it's the same. It's the same reasons as everyone else. Maybe like slightly different, but it like so. How do I not make it sound repetitive
Yeah.
to them to the point where like how do I make my story unique even though it may not be that unique really? So me, I've been looking into like I've been looking like example statements, like example PA school personal statements. Once I start when I start the writing process, I'm gonna look into what do you call it, like write like the writers assistants, like from people who got accepted into PA school and they offering their help with writing your personal statements. I'll definitely look into them because I'm like you already got in. So
Yeah.
see if you could like edit my essay. And then with AI, well, I feel like with personal state, AI is great for a lot of things, but with personal statements, it's because it's personal, and AI is anything but. So
It can be a little robotic. We can tell.
yeah, like it's like this don't sound natural.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel
Totally.
like the best AI could do would probably be like grammar editing. Like that would be a good use of AI with this type of essay. It would be probably like grammar writing, maybe language,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
certain words. Like okay, you're a graduate now. You need to be using more academic level words.
Right.
So it may be able to help with that to improve like the level of your essay, but to like write the essay or like it's just
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. It
Yeah.
won't translate. Yeah.
I agree. It will. I agree. I'm now trying to incorporate AI for myself. Like it scares me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but I agree with the language. Because obviously we're not gonna be saying and like and that sort of thing. So it kind of helps with putting the kind of words that would sound impressive or would be
Yeah.
a good substitution for or just layman's language. So the other thing is, you said that there was a minor in music. So what kind of music? Is there an instrument involved? Like,
Yes. So I initially, when I was thinking of my minor, there were two minors I was thinking of. It was either music or psychology, because psychology is the closest to neuroscience, which is what I actually wanted to study, but I didn't get the chance to. Well, not get the chance to. It was just the school I picked and didn't have the option. So psychology is like the next best thing. But I just didn't want to write a lot of papers. I rather write lab reports than write like dissertations. Like I'm not a dissertation. Like I'd rather crank it out in the lab. I That's me. I'm a hands-on person. I do not like the long essay jargon. No, that's just not the person I am. Have my results. I can explain my results. I could give you background. Like all the information things where it's just not. It's just boom, boom, boom. I like it's very linear. It's very same. There's no guessing game with it. With psychology, it's just basically you arguing a point and you have to find a way to. It's just I'm like I don't want to do this. I really don't. I rather say my point than.
yeah,
So
I get what you're saying.
those those were like my two options. So the reason I went with music is because someone, I don't remember who, but someone told me that you should major in something that you could like use for a job or that pertains to like your job or whatever, not just something like you're interested in, but that's something that could get you a degree. I mean, a job in the real world. That could translate to a lot of money because that you just need to
Sure,
survive. Like you need to survive,
absolutely.
especially
Gotta
in the
eat.
United States. Like you need to survive. Like things are starting to get expensive,
Extra
so
$20.
exactly. So you need something that could keep up. And then minor in something that is your interest, like your full on interest. Like you may or may not make money out of it, but it's something to counteract your major. So in case you are majoring in something that you have zero interest in and you're just doing it for the money, you have something else that balances it out your minor, which is your minor. And then if so you find a way to make more money with your minor, you can easily just switch that to your major. But it's just basically just something else.
All right. So, Yakira, tell me about the music.
Okay, so I started playing the flute in high school, and I really enjoyed it simply because all my other friends are like talented. Like they all did like extracurriculars in high school. Cause my high school, the way I went to a high school that was set up to like prepare you for college, and the way they did that was by actually training themselves into like a college. Well, as much as a college they can as for like high school students. Like we still had, for example, like our schedules. Everybody had different schedules relatively. Like you still have like the classes, and each and we go by semesters ish. Like we still get like the quarterly reports as in like recommended or whatever. But like it goes by semesters. So you had like the fall semester and the spring semester, and then although like your classes do not change, but your like you still take the same classes. Like it's still like a year course. Like if you're taking English, it's still a year, but
Mhm.
your teacher will change and when you have it change. So which is similar to in college, like your schedule doesn't stay the same. Like so that's how they mimic that. They had like tracks. So there was the med sci track, there was robotics track, and then there's humanities track, which I guess is to simulate like the schools like or majors. And then they had like a bunch of different extracurriculars. There's like shows and everything. Like it's essentially to like mimic a college campus for to basically prepare you for what you're going to. So it won't be that much of a shock, but you can't really prepare. for college. Like,
Yeah.
once you get to college, you're like, oh, my school did try. Like academically, they prepared me for everything else. Not really. Um, so I had one of my friends, well, two of my friends, they sing. One of them was in a choir. The other one did like a show. They were like more theater. Um, and then so they were just all into like artistic things, and there was just me with just academics. So I felt left out. I suffer from FOMO. I felt left out. So I'm like, I need a talent right now. So I picked up band. I picked up band like because it came to the point where you had to do like electives, and it was like what you could do. You could do band, you could do guitar, you could do choir. Like it's electives, whatever you want. Debate, law, like whatever. So
Mm.
I chose band. I was like, okay, band. Because everything else, I was like, no, I'm not debating. Not a sports person. Um, band just seemed like the most enjoyable to me. Um, and the flute initially because I like how quiet and feminine and like angelic it sounded, but now I wish I picked the saxophone because it's just loud and boisterous and fun. Like it's either that or the trumpet, but I'm more like saxophone because the trumpet only has like 3 dials, and I'm like I'm not no. I'm more of a I need multiple like dials. I need multiple buttons. I need the notes to change.
Yeah.
So that's how I initially picked up the flute. And then as I kept playing, I was like, oh, this is actually very like fun. Like it's different. Like it takes me out. Like you have to think differently. It's very challenging for me compared to like academics, which relatively came quite easy to me up until I got to college and certain courses started to take me out. But up until like I'll probably say my sophomore year of college, academics came like easy to me. It was nothing I really had to like. Some people think like they had to study extremely hard. I never really had to do that up until like my sophomore year of college, where I actually had to lock in because the courses started to get hard.
Oh,
So compared to like the flute, it's very like it taught me how to one not give up because when things come easy to you, you expect everything to come easy to you. So when the flute did not come easy to me, I was so ready to just throw it away. I'm like, no. But then it's like, then you can't stay after school and practice with all your friends. So I was like, you know what, whatever. So that's how I initially started out with flute, and then it grew and grew, and then I started doing like band. I was in marching band. Marching band is still like my top band. I'm so like sad that I wasn't able to continue in college because they didn't have one. They tried to restart one. They had one, but then COVID hit, and then I came in after COVID, and nothing was reinstated. They now reinstated it when I graduate. But but so yeah, that's how I started off with my flute, and so I picked up a music minor because I wanted to continue playing flute, and because my major and the amount of credits I have to complete, it would be nearly not impossible per se, but it would be harder for me to continue the flute if I didn't have like it be required in a sense. And with a music minor, you like there's certain things you have to do, like, and being a part of a band is one of them. Like for a certain amount of semesters is different. Like if you're a major, you have to do it for like more, but there's just certain things you have to like you have to do. And so I picked up the minor to keep me playing my flute and to
got
keep
it.
me like growing, just have something like a stress relief, something that I
Yeah.
don't have to sit there and think about chemistry for the whole entire time, to give my brain a break. So I started that. I did Latin jazz. I did Latin jazz all 4 years actually. Um, Another thing that challenged me crazily and still challenges me, because I spent most of my high school like career playing like classical music. With jazz, it's more like improvisation, so it's a lot of like freestyling. Depending on the type of jazz, and the type of jazz I picked up included a whole lot of freestyling. So that in of itself is like but it's like a different problem. It's more challenge. It's not more challenge, but it's just a different. It's just different, and you don't have. I don't have to sit there and think about chemistry. I don't have to sit there and worry about numbers and see see pictures of things that are apparently molecules and try to figure out how they connect and how they form and how they break. And it's just, I don't want to think about that. I want to know about the notes. I want to say, like, it's just something to keep my mind like off of like science and put it somewhere else.
Got
So
it.
yeah, and that's why I picked up the music minor, and that's why I stuck with it.
Yeah.
And now I'm like towards the end, I picked up alto sax.
Mm,
Um, yeah, but I need to buy because I just started pick, so I have to get at my own instrument, my own alto sax, so I can continue like learning it. But
got
yeah,
it. Is there a particular artist like in those genres that you are drawn to?
I need to start like listening to more artists, which actually helps for well, I'll say like Herbie Man because he plays the flute and like with improv. Well, for me particularly, well, anyone you have to listen and try to like first learn how like figure out what they're doing, how why it's effective, and then try to incorporate. So I'll say Herbie Man. He's a flautist. I like his improvs. Whenever he do improv, I try to listen in and try to incorporate into whenever I'm trying to improv. Whenever I do improv, did because I don't do it much anymore. Um, right now be just Herbie Man. I do like what's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Um, I'm blanking on his name, but he's a saxophonist.
Okay.
Um, oh, Coltrane,
John Coltrane.
John
Yeah.
Coltrane. I like John
Love.
Coltrane.
Love.
Um, and yeah, those are two, but they're
Yeah.
both not Latin jazz. Um, I do need to start like listening to more specific artists and like, which is the only way to like get better. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah,
Yeah. Have you seen that Spike Lee movie called, what's it called? Mo Better Blues? Have you seen that movie?
more better blues.
I think it's Mo, like M
Oh,
O.
Mo Better Blues.
Mo.
No, I have not.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
And it's a musical. I love
Yeah,
music.
it's pretty good. So lastly in this like talk about college, because I know like you've been talking about it for a long time, but like what's the best advice when you were, if you had sort of any challenging times, that what's the best advice that you were given in that time?
To take a break. To take a break. Um, because especially if you have something, well, college in and of itself is a lot. Take a break because your breaks are no longer like scheduled. You no longer have like a lunch break in college. There's no such thing as a lunch period. There's no such thing as recess. Like it's just not. So you
Nap
so
time.
like like it's just like you have gaps in between your classes, so you could use that as your lunch break, but it's not something that's specified. And then even that in of itself, how you create your schedule, make sure you create your schedule where you can have a lunch break in between classes, things like that. Learn like to take a break when you need a break. Take the break, um, because you could burn out extremely fast in college if you don't like burnout. Burnout in college is very real, especially when it gets to midterm week, and that's like probably like only a month, maybe a month and a half into the
Mhm.
semester. So learn when to take your breaks. Even if it seems like you still have a lot of things because at the end of the day you always have something to do in college. Like there will always be an assignment due. There will always be a paper to write. There will always be some practice you have to go to. There will always be a shift you have to pick up. Like it will be it will be constant. Like it's just nonstop. Like it will always be something to do. So if you go off with a mindset like I can't take a break because I have this and that to do, you will always have something to do. So take the break. It will have to wait. And if it's late, one
Yeah.
late assignment won't kill you.
Right.
That's another thing. One late
Right.
assignment won't kill you. One bad grade in the class will not affect you. Like, obviously, don't make it a habit, but one won't kill you. Two won't kill you. Three, maybe. Try not to make it three, but it won't hurt. Like, even it just won't hurt.
Yeah.
At the
Love
end of
it.
the day, it's just like your mental well-being should matter most of your physical well-being. Your well-being in general should matter most, and if you keep going and going, which college is hard not to like just get pulled into the current of just movement, then like you will never be able to sit down and just breathe. Keep up your hobby. If you have a hobby, don't drop it. Keep it up. Find
Yeah,
time for your hobby. If even just find time.
yeah,
That's like just find the time. Because
yeah.
if you go by that mind, you'll never have time. You will never have time because there will always be something to do. There will always be something to do.
Right. So, like with the, I know you and I talked about crocheting the last time we were together. Like, so I know that was a hobby. Is there any others other than music? Obviously, what other things that you want to learn to do, like in the hobby sphere, in the enjoyment, relaxation? This is just for fun thing.
Pottery. I
Ah,
want to do pottery. I'm so upset that I didn't have the time. Like I actually did not have the time. Like is one. That's another thing. Another advice. Know your limit. Know your limit. Know your limit. Like actually, don't overload yourself. Know your limit. It's one thing I had to learn in college because I never knew my limit. I always overloaded myself, and I always burnt out quicker than I needed to because always went past my limit. Know your limit.
yeah.
But pottery, my school, my college, they have like this pottery club, and I'm so upset I never got to like join because they conflicted with like my late because I had late labs. Yeah, avoid late labs if you could. Always do the morning ones. But um, I had either A late labs or B band practice, so I never was able to like go to the club. But pottery is definitely something I want to pick up. Pottery. Yeah, that's the main one on my mind right now. Pottery. I want to do pottery.
Got it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, listen, if when you start doing pottery and you have like all these extra plates and cups and things, just send them my way. I'm
I got
I'm,
you.
I'm happy to
I got
take. What during that time, or even now, or before college, like what's your biggest source of motivation? Like who motivates you? What motivates you?
My biggest source of motivation still has been just like, cause I have like this end goal in mind of where I want to be in life,
Mhm.
and that end goal is like I want to be in a condo. I want to be. At first I was high rise, but then I realized I'm really scared of heights. Like I cannot go into tall buildings, so maybe a mid rise, something closer to the ground, condo nonetheless. But I cannot do a high rise. Even when people like go up and they're in the clouds, like those point of views, and they're in the clouds. Like you know what? I actually do have a fear of heights. So maybe not a high rise, but a mid rise condo filled with plants, with sun coming in Boston for some odd reason. May move, but Boston is where I want to start. And it's
Okay.
just like, and it's my own place. And I'm gonna be a great PA. Like it's just that whole like vision in of itself. I'm like, I'm gonna be a kick ass PA. I'm going to be in this mid-rise condo. It's gonna be all mine, and all I have to do is get through this. And that's like what has been able to keep me like going this whole entire time. It's like where I want to end. Like where's like why am I doing this all? Like obviously I want to be a PA. Obviously I love the medical field. Yeah, 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 yeah. But I I want to be in a mid-rise condo in Boston and be able to afford it and still have shopping money. So
Yeah.
that's like when I could do that, then I'm like, I'm okay. I've made it.
Yeah, I love it. I guess the snow doesn't. I get the heights. I'm not like I'm with you. I can barely, I'm never going on another roller coaster. I know that for sure. I know my limits when it comes to, I'm not gonna go to the Empire State Building and lean forward with whatever that building is that you can in Chicago or wherever that is. Like I don't feel the need to do all that. Like I don't need to be on a shaky bamboo bridge, zip lining in Costa Rica. Like I can see it from the ground. So I'm with I'm totally
I'm like,
with you on that.
I enjoy it from over here. No, yeah, you on the ground. I will be on the ground. I like to touch the earth.
Totally. I'm totally with you with that. And I don't even know for myself like where that came from. I just know that at a certain actually I know when it ended for me, where I'm like, you know what, I don't have to. I think it was the last trip that I took to Disney and we were on these rides and things that I thought, I don't actually like this and I don't need to. I can not do this anymore. And I just drew a line in the sand. I was like, I am no longer doing any kind of roller coaster. I don't even want to be on the teacup ride. Like I'm just really done with it. So I totally understand that. And I was gonna ask you if you had any sort of irrational fears. Not that that is irrational, but like I think of myself and the fears that I have with little things that other people are like, that's nothing. You know what I mean? So is there any sort of other things that you're like, that's not for me? Or, you know, snakes or
Snakes,
spiders or whatever.
spiders, insects. But I don't think, in my mind, I don't think my fears are. I think they're pretty rational.
Right.
I think other people are braver than me. Does not make me irrational.
That's how I
I
feel.
did not get a lot of the courage whenever I was being made. I did not get the courage, a lot of the courage part. You know, like I got a
Yeah.
little bit more of the flight. You know, not less for the fight. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
actually, the
I
thing
totally get it.
is crazy because with heights, I can do roller coasters. I can do fast heights. I just can't see it. But prolonged heights where I can process what's happening to me,
Mm.
I do because then in my mind I'm like, yo, I'm a clumsy person. Like it's a pretty like trip, I trip going up steps. I trip on my own pants. Like this is at least I have comfort that I'm gonna land not that far from the ground. This high up, I'm like, no. And then it's like sometimes it's like crowded, and then I already know how things get crowded. People like to push people.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna stay on the ground where I'm safe. Like, and I knew, like, it initially started. It was like, what is that thing in Guyana? I remember taking a trip there. It's this high, tall thing in Guyana. It's like some type of monument thing. I forgot.
Mm.
It's not.
I don't
I,
know what that is.
the closest thing I could compare it to is like the Statue of Liberty, where you can walk up and go on the lantern. I'm assuming, but it's not the Statue of Liberty. But it is like some type of.
Oh, what is that?
I can't remember. I
I
just
don't
it's
know.
very faint memory that I have that I just did not go out, and I just everybody was so happy to go, and I was like, no,
I
like
love
I'm
it.
going upstairs. You enjoy though.
Right.
You could tell me
Is
all
that?
about it when
Love
we're
it.
back on Earth.
I
Um,
love it. I
but
love it.
so heights would be one. I don't like spiders, snakes. Oh, boats. Boats
Hmm.
because I'm not a strong swimmer. I did not learn how to swim. So the water in of itself, it's like it's scaring me.
Got it.
Boats are scaring me because I'm more afraid of boats and if it's like I'll go on a boat, I'll just have to be very like occupied on the boat. It have to be a very high activity cruise
Got it.
where there's so
Got
much to do that you can't process your surroundings.
Right. Okay. I got it.
Because it comes because it's like, oh, the Titanic, it just tipped and people get trapped when the boat get tipped. Like if you're not a fast swimmer and this boat goes down,
Yeah.
you're gonna get you can get trapped. Like it's just I
I
can't do
got
it.
it.
So boats, just plain boats, like regular boat rides, no. But cruise, I can do a cruise. I can do a
Yeah.
cruise. Um,
Love
and
it.
the typical ones, the spiders, the snakes, bugs. I can't do bugs. I like to hike. I don't like the bugs. I don't like the bugs that come with hiking. But I
Yeah. I
like to
don't
hike,
like bugs either. Yeah.
just not the bugs.
And I don't want any surprise things like popping out and jumping and all that stuff. I don't like that. Yeah. So moving towards like memories and things, you mentioned going to Guyana. Is that your first memory of going to Guyana, or do you have any other, like your first when you landed? What age or what do you remember about your first trip there?
All my memories in Guyana are like fairly like faint. Like they are like
Hmm.
background memories that I just like. It's just you ever had like memories that you're like, I don't know if this is a memory or a dream. I'm
Right.
remembering. That's like where
Yeah.
my memories are about Guyana. I'm like, did I dream this or is this just like a memory that's stored way back in the archives? Like
Yeah.
that's that's where I'm at with Guyana. I remember like school. I remember school. I remember my lessons teachers. Um, I remember few of my teachers. One, her name, Teacher Nicole. I think one was named Teacher Samantha also. Um, yeah, like everything's like very like I don't have like full
Yeah.
pictures. I have like scenarios where I'm assuming it was tied to like emotion, like a very strong emotion I was feeling at that point in time. So
Mhm.
that's why that section of that memory is like very strong, but everything else leading up or like past that memory is just
Yeah. I get it.
like I remember Mashimani. I remember like the kids parades and being in them. Um I remember playing. I remember Christmas whenever it was like blackouts. We used to sit on the veranda by JoJo. I remember those like very like things I have like strong like memories. I remember
Yeah.
going to get to church. We had to go like to this very muddy pathway. Is I remember taking like back down to get to class, not class, to get to school one time. Um, I remember my report card flying in the river. Um,
Oh.
I remember that.
Oh,
So
geez. There's always a trench or a river story for
yes,
Guyana.
I'm like, please, yeah,
What's like your comfort food? Look, do you have a Guyanese comfort food?
Bora and rice, and it's simply because I haven't had it in so long that maybe that's why. Maybe, but Bora and rice with like chicken bits. So like
Okay, got it.
that. Um, pepper pot. I used to love pepper pot, but because to have it every, it's just to the point where it's like, okay, all
Right.
right.
Yeah.
um,
Do you cook
um,
anything
me
Guyanese?
no, I don't. I need to start cooking. I need to start cooking, especially
I
boring.
understand.
I,
What What's your other than like what do you like to eat other than if you're not eating Guyanese food?
not
What,
Guyanese
what
food.
other thing? Hmm? I'm
Wait, you said
sorry.
not Guyanese food?
Yeah, not Guyan. Like what other things do you like go is your
Fries,
go to?
fries. I love fries. Anything fries, like specifically McDonald's fries. Popeye fries is also good. Depending if I want something like either salty or just like
Mm.
savory. If I want something salty, I'll go to McDonald's. Savory, I'll go to Popeyes. Um, I like boneless wings. For a long time, I would not. I wouldn't. I'm a very picky eater. I'm pretty sure anybody like JoJo will tell you that we were picky eaters. So, like chicken, like for a while, like up until recently, I would not eat bone-in chicken. I would just eat boneless chicken. So if
Oh
the
my
chicken,
gosh.
yeah, and even like even I'll eat bone-in chicken. It would just be like the leg. No other part of it would just be the leg, and even then, I would just be like, I don't like this anymore. But fries,
Really?
you can never
So
go wrong.
what's your so my son Chris, obviously, he is like that. Like which is opposite from my son Kamali, who is okay with the bones. Chris is like, boneless guy. So yeah, I'm fascinated with that because I always think of our like curry chicken, right? So what's your relationship to curry chicken in terms of like, we're making it with the bone in chicken. How do you feel
For a
about
while, for a while, I would just eat the potatoes and the sauce, and it would be with like roti. It wouldn't be with rice. It would be that's another thing. I was very particular. It would be roti. Like if I'm eating curry chicken, it will be with roti, not with rice. So I'll eat the potatoes and the sauce and the chicken. I'll because sometimes like the chicken will just peel off of the bone.
yeah.
So those pieces I'll take because it just like I could just whip the bone out. But the ones that are just strongly attached to the bone, I'll just pick out and put it to the side and I give it to a family member.
Wow. Okay. Fascinating. Okay. So sticking with like if what's your healthy like your favorite healthy habit? Like do you run? Do are you like well, I don't think you're a rock climber, but you mentioned hiking. So is that like what's your favorite like healthy habit?
Favorite healthy habit? I would say walking. Hiking when I was upstate because nothing but trees up there. So I guess the city equivalent would just be walking.
Mhm. Mhm.
um, walking, journaling, um, and just yeah, walking and journaling. I
Yeah.
want to start going to the gym and weightlifting, especially since I'm gonna be having to lift a lot of people now. Um, so I want to start weightlifting, but um, right now it's walking because walking is just so like peaceful, depending on your area. But for the most part, it's just very peaceful. Like it's gracious. You get to
Yeah.
think. You get to listen to your music. Um, I can't run. I don't want to run. I don't want to pick up ever. It's just I'm a walker, not a runner.
Yeah. I agree. I like for me if I'm feeling down or any sort of challenging situation and I need like headspace, there's nothing better for me that, well, either I'm in the pool running or, jumping or doing some sort of water aerobics or walking amongst the trees. Like in my area, there's a lot of walking paths and running paths. There's the lake, a lot of trees. And I always say, I need to get out and hear the wisdom of the trees. And I always feel better somehow.
Yeah.
So I totally get that. You have beautiful skin, you have beautiful hair, all of it. What's your first experience with beauty? Like, what did you or what do you remember as something either in your childhood, young adulthood, adulthood is something that you sort of recognize as beauty or as beautiful? Like what is that to you? Like for me, I'll say my first sort of feeling about something beautiful was, growing up in Guyana, the sun would sort of set on the stucco type of houses in a way that I can't describe it, but for me, that was like my first inkling of beauty on a thing. Like that rusty, in Linden, there's this sort of rusty color, mud, and the sun would sort of hit it in a way that would feel like for me that was my first inkling of wow, this is such a beautiful color, or something is beautiful about this. What's yours?
For me, I would say hair. I would say my first thing of beauty would be hair, and it's actually hilarious coming to America because America it was straight hair. Well, now it's starting to change, but when I initially got here, it was more
Yeah.
so like your hair straight or whatever. But for me, it will be like the big afro, like that right there. I used to be so jealous of anybody that had like big, like just big hair in general. Like I love when your like hair is just so big, it's in an afro, and it's just like, and it was, cause it's just I don't know, it was just so, for me it's just, how do I put it's just, I'll say just very pretty. Like it's just very bold. I'll say. I feel like anyone that has their hair like out and it's big, it just takes up space. It like, and it's healthy. Like it's not see. Like, it's just a healthy set of hair. It's just like memorizing because is, I feel like it's just such a very bold, like an afro is a very bold hairstyle. Like you said, like you, whenever you have your hair in an afro, you're gonna get attention. Period.
Yeah.
Like it's no, so like no doubt about it. Your hair is in an afro, you're getting attention. Everyone's gonna be staring at you because it's
Yeah.
big, it's healthy, it's flowing, it's shine. Especially in the sun, it's shine. It's just, so for my first thing of beauty would be that I would remember would be hair and how like big it was.
Got it.
Um and especially um like those who were able to, like those who have like I'll probably say like 4B and down, who could have like their hair like their curls show more, like they don't really have to do much work for
Yeah.
their curls to show, like it's just curly. um it would be that. So yeah, and then when I had to come over to America, because my hair was very like thick, and I'm still very much tender headed. Um, that in of itself was like a lot. So I think at one point, a texturizer was put in my hair, but that's something you have to keep up. So
Yeah.
my hair eventually got damaged because I wasn't keeping up with it. So I had to cut my hair, and that was the most devastating point in my life. That
Dramatic.
was, oh, it was dramatic, yes, but like middle school me was so devastated because I was
Mhm.
like, no, my big afro is gone. Like, so it will definitely be hair. Hair would be like my very first memory.
Encounter. Mhm. That's great. Okay. All right. Here's some rapid fire for you. What's the best movie you've seen lately
Oh, lately,
or ever?
ever, my favorite movie would be Good Burger. I love Good Burger. That is my
Oh,
comfort movie. I saw it what, middle school, I think, because whenever we had movie day, it had to be middle school because they were not doing that for us in high school. Um, it would have to be Good Burger. I absolutely love Good Burger.
got it. Okay. What's the what's your guilty pleasure reality show if you watch any of those?
Reality show,
Yeah.
Love and Hip Hop. That'll probably be it because no one really is into Love and Hip Hop anymore. So I'll say Love and Hip Hop.
My brother Sean is. He loves it.
Okay, cool. Because everyone's more into baddies and the other one now on Zeus. So like that's the new thing. Um,
I gotta tell him about that. Okay. Well, he probably already knows. Yeah, he loves that one. What's the most spontaneous thing you've done?
Spontaneous. Hmm. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
got it. Other than this thing, this count. Is there anything that you've lost in the past that you still think about today?
Lost. Yes, yes. And I don't think I lost it. I think my dad lost it. But that's a different. That's the thing. But I came to Guyana with this photo album with
Hmm.
a bunch of memories from Guyana, and my last one, like I remember it because my last entry, And I remember it vividly because this was the thing I went to show kids because it was like, I'm from Guyana, I'm just fresh from Guyana, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, look at all my memories. I remember taking it to school and I remember bringing it back. So I know I didn't lose it. And my last like entry was my last Mashimani Kid Parade.
Oh,
All of those pictures down the
gone.
drain.
Gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll have to do one of those, like, you'll have to go and try to, from your memory, like recreate the setting and the picture as an adult. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Um, what is your favorite day of the week?
Friday.
Oh, why Friday?
Because the next day is Saturday. Compared to Sunday, the next day is Monday.
Right, right. I get the Sunday scaries like around 4 or 5 o'clock. I'm like, oh
hmm
man, Sunday is just going. I get the Sunday scaries all the time. What's a smell that instantly transports you back to childhood?
Smell. Childhood. I don't think there's a particular smell that transports me back to childhood, but it's a holiday, which would be Christmas.
Hmm,
Christmas transported me back to Christmas in Guyana. Whenever we have that the big tree, and then trying to fight to put the angel on top, and like decorating the tree, that like just that whole like Christmas like season puts transports me back to childhood.
got it. Is there a cause or an issue that you're passionate about?
Cause or issue? Oh, mental health in the Black community and lack of resources
Got it.
available to those especially that are unfortunate like financially.
Yeah, vulnerable. Yeah. I'm a big proponent of therapy, love therapy, all of that. I just got myself like a little like a manifestation journal that I
Hmm.
use. I love journaling, all of that. Um, what's a personal rule you always follow?
A person, what do I always call? Oh, do not mix your life, like unless it's like absolutely necessary. I don't. I'm a person that likes to keep sections of my life within those sections. So my family stays in my family. My friends stay with my friends. My work stays with my work. Like my dating life stays with my dating life. I don't like mix in the two unless it's like, oh, a wedding. You can't you, certain things you can't avoid, like a homewarming, like those things, like there's just certain things you can't avoid. But to the best of my ability, I don't like mixing my like like mashing my lives together. I like keeping them very much separate. So I feel like it just caused less problems that way. More peace for me. Um, unless it's absolutely necessary, I don't believe in mixing my life, my the different sections of my life.
I agree. I am very much that way as well, and I've never heard anybody else put it in the way that it is in my brain. Yeah, I'm very much like that. I like it. Um, if you could live, well, we talked about Boston, but if you could live in a different country in comfort and style, money is no object, where would it be?
Permanently or
No,
accidentally?
let's say for a year.
For a year, probably Guyana, because I
Really?
feel it's only because I feel like number one, I haven't been back since I came back, so there's that, and I feel like I've been so disconnected from like my culture. I feel like a year in Guyana would do me some good to like reconnect, like with everything, not just like the food and not just the culture, more like learning more about like the history, the background, like even diving into like religion, the spiritual, the different types of spirituals that exist, like the myths, like the 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 mythical creatures that exist there, why they exist there, like who thought of them, is there like the whole nine.
Right. Okay. I like that. What's the best fruit?
Mangoes.
Okay, and the worst vegetable.
Worst vegetable, Brussels sprouts.
I had Brussels sprouts yesterday. You don't like it, huh? What about, do you like cabbage or
I
no?
love cabbage.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, but not Brussels sprouts.
Mm-mm.
Is it the way it's been prepared for you in the past, or
That might be it.
yeah?
That might be it.
Have you ever had them deep fried or like, oh my
Or
gosh?
more like just steamed, like those. Yeah.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. If they're roasted or deep fried, I mean, it'll change your mind. I'm telling you, it's like the one I had yesterday. I went out to lunch with a friend of mine, and they were like caramelized, deep fried, or
Mm.
roasted with like this balsamic fig jam. It was incredible, absolutely incredible. Love it. So, kind of to close out, I know I've kept you so long. I want to know what we know that you're moving along with your sort of career goal and your career path. Is there something that we as a family don't know about you that we should, or that you want us to know? Not that we should know.
um, I don't know. I don't think so. I'm more of like ask and I'll tell type
Right,
of person. So like when you have to like, what is something I think you should? I'm like, I don't know. What do you want to know? I'll tell
right,
you.
right. You ask me, and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I didn't ask, and I should have. Like, you're you're a big sister. So what's the best thing about being a little sister?
A little sister, a big sister.
A big sister, yeah.
I guess like I get to go through certain things first, so he doesn't have to go through like my mistakes. So he has like free knowledge now
Got it.
as much. So I feel like that would be the best thing. Um Also I'm more independent. Like as a first kid you get to be more independent. Like or maybe just be a first daughter thing, but I don't know. It may be like the first daughter playing into it, but like you just get to be more independent and
Got
do
it.
things like
Yeah.
on your own
Got it.
compared to like them. They're still
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe one day we'll get him on here and we'll learn what it's like to be a little brother. That'll be cool. Well, listen, this has been really fun. I look forward to seeing you again soon. I love talking to you, and we can talk all day long. I love it. Thank you so much for doing this. It's so
thank you
great.
for having me.
Of course, we love you.
Love you too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.